ADAMICradio.com. Subscribe.
Gloria Bell is the story of a woman of a certain age that doesn't want to surrender and wants to keep, living and dancing. And she's looking for love and finds love and maybe doesn't choose right. So she learns a few things on the way. But it's a film about a woman that is very vital and resilient.
When you wrote this, I'm guessing you were probably like early 30s or so?
Yes.
So how did you kind of get into that headspace to write a 60-year-old character when you were early 30s? Was it hard to get into that?
No, it was very natural. I understand cinema as a way to reach what I'm not, to explore precisely what I'm not, So I made Gloria and Gloria Bell, which are two films about a woman of a certain age. I made A Fantastic Woman, which is a film about a transgender woman, or Disobedience, which is a film about a Jewish Orthodox woman in contemporary London. I don't think. I guess I'm more interested in using film as a bridge to get to unknown places, unknown worlds, unknown characters, and in the process learn some new things.
And that does seem to be a common theme in your films, is that usually it's a strong female lead. Do you feel any reason to be drawn to that? I mean, why does that seem to be the theme that pops up a lot for you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've been answering to that question after making Gloria, Fantastic Woman, and Disobedience. People started to ask me about the Strong Women's trilogy, and I was like, what are you talking about? Because I haven't been operating strategically. I have been following what moves me or inspires me, and of course, if you look backwards, you can connect the dots, and it makes sense to think of this film as one body of work. But the origin of everything is coming from a place of excitement. The idea of taking these characters that are somehow on the fringes of either society or mainstream narratives, and dedicate them these hopefully complex portraits. It's very moving to me, very, very exciting. So that's what I'm following.
Now, you mentioned that people kind of see it as almost kind of a trilogy. Do you see these films as existing in the same world? Would these characters be able to interact, or are they completely different worlds? And
you mean like in the Marvel universe?
Exactly.
Where I could do like
a team up, the Fantastic Gloria Bell.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't know if I could, make that script work.
Gloria Bell, it's based on your 2013 film, Gloria, which is a Spanish film that you released, I believe, in Chile?
Yes.
Now, is this the same exact film in English, or what's been changed about it?
Well, it's the same story. What made the first story work wasn't completely modified here. It was adapted to a new culture and moment, which is current times in LA. But no, it's almost like a play that is staged again by a new theater company in a different country, something like that. It's like the first film is the melody that was originally created, and this is the cover that we are doing with a new rock band. But the game of the film is to take a secondary character and turn her into an absolute protagonist. Gloria is kind of like a secondary character. It should be a secondary character in a normal film. The mother, the wife, and then the film would go with the husband or the son, But here, the camera stays with her and stays and stays and stays, and we are invited, if not forced, to see her and end up hopefully feeling the world from within her skin. And we see Gloria from every possible angle, physical angle. She's always framed. There's no one moment in the film where her body is not framed. Even when we are looking at other characters, it is through her body. And then we see her going through the entire emotional spectrum. So it's kind of like an absolute portrait of a woman. So then if you change the woman/actress that is interpreting Gloria, even though the story doesn't change, the soul of the film is modified, because it's all about that woman and that actress. So the first film was in a certain way like a love letter to Paulina Garcia, the actress that interpreted it. And in this case, it is a love letter to Julianne Moore.
Okay. Were there any lessons that you learned from the first film where maybe there was a scene that you had a lot of trouble with or something, you went, hey, for the English version, I'm doing this one totally different, we're going to shoot this from this, or like, I know how to handle this problem now?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that this, it was a luxury to have the chance to revisit my own materials and to resignify them and to actualize them and to make them hopefully resonate with what's going on in the world today, etc. And in that sense, it was an opportunity to correct a few things, to improve them, and to actualize it in terms of style as well, because in the meantime, between the first one and the new version, I made 2 films, so I was somewhere else as a filmmaker when I was doing it. So I guess all that can be felt in Gloria Bell. Yeah.
Do you know if any of the actors watched the original before their auditions, or as they're trying to figure out the scenes, did they look at that, or did you say like, "Hey, stay away from that. I want you to do something new with it"?
No. I know they watched it, and I think the fact that they liked it or loved it was important for them to say yes. But we weren't trying to reinvent the first one. It wasn't about deforming the original melody, if you allow me to use that analogy. It was about honoring the discoveries that were made back then, and then finding new sparkles, new resonances, new tonalities in this new version of the film.
Now, I think this is your second English film?
It is, yeah. Okay. I made a film called Disobedience before this one.
Now, how much different is it shooting a movie, Hollywood as opposed to in Chile?
Well, I don't know how different it is when you work with a big studio. But in this case, I mean, Disobedience and Gloria Bell are 2 films that are independent films, and where I was very lucky to be surrounded by people and producers that were willing to protect me and offer me the same amount of freedom that I'm used to when I film in Spanish. So it really I felt like at home. I wasn't like dealing with strange new forces, or not at all. So in that case, in that sense, I'm very grateful, and I would have never done this film if that would have not been guaranteed.
Okay. Do you have a favorite scene in the film?
There is a moment that I really love. Gloria goes to the hair salon and she's drying her hair, and there is kind of like a spaceship round thing rotating behind her. It's kind of like a 2001 little moment.
So now, I guess maybe clarify a couple of things in the film. So at one point, someone is knocking on Gloria's door. This is the neighbor from upstairs, the guy who's going through a breakdown, right? Mm-hmm. He leaves something in a bag. What was that?
Marijuana.
Okay.
The marijuana that she later on smokes.
Yeah. Okay. Because the one friend offered it to her, and then suddenly she's smoking. I'm like, well, where'd she get it from?
Oh no, because she was smoking from a VAP. Yeah. The friend. But this guy leaves a plastic packet with pot and cigarettes and everything. So that's what she keeps in a drawer, and then she takes it out and starts smoking it.
Okay. Now, with the guy upstairs, early on in the film, it felt like you were leading to some kind of big confrontation with him. Was there ever a thought of doing that? Because it seemed like that kind of ended up not being an important part after a while. She kind of called his mom, said, "Hey, he's going through something," and then the film focused on something else.
Yeah.
Was there ever a thought of doing more with him? Or?
Well, in the first version, there is a little bit more of development in that subplot, but in this version, it didn't feel necessary to go that far with that story.
Okay. And then when she gets left in Vegas, why doesn't she go back to the room? Why does she call her mom? Is she locked out, or what's happening?
So you want me to explain the film to you?
A little bit.
Why? I mean, if you didn't get it, I mean, really, like, is the interview about this?
No, I was just asking a few things because I wasn't sure if it was that she didn't want to go back to the room because, it reminded her of being with the guy, and she didn't want that memory, or had he, just left and she's now locked out of the room. I wasn't sure if it was a choice or if it was.
No, when you're in a hotel, you usually keep a card. And if you lose your card, you can ask in the front desk for them to give you a card so you can go back in.
Right.
So when she comes back, she double checks that if he's gone, so she goes back into the room, opens the closet. We understand that nothing is inside, so the guy has left. And then the next day she calls someone because she needs to be picked up, no? Because she's in Vegas and she has lost her purse, her things. She's barefoot.
Okay.
She had a wild night.
Right, and so it's not that she's choosing not to go back, that she's abandoned, she's stuck. And
Not,
she needs
not to go back where?
To the room. She can't go back to the room.
At night?
Yeah.
Well, she goes out. She goes partying. She goes partying. She does go back. She opens the closet and then goes to the bar. And then things escalate. And then she wakes up in a pool.
Right.
Somewhere.
Any fun stories from filming? Like any fun stuff happened? Or?
Well, nothing that I can recall like now, but it was a joyful process, to make the film.
Anything else you think people need to know about Gloria Bell?
Yeah, I mean, please come and see it, and maybe they can find out for themselves.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Are you working on anything else right now?
Yeah, this year I'm gonna be writing 2 features, so I won't shoot until at least in a year.
Okay.
So it's gonna be about developing.
English language, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for now, yes.
In another strong female lead, or?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
ADAMICradio.com. Subscribe.
I'm Adamic. Please make sure to like and share this video, as well as subscribe to my channel. Also, let me know what you think of everything by leaving a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.